Oh my god, guys, we are now officially 2/3 of the way through the Acolyte, and, well, what's the thing that everybody's talking about? Well, at the time of recording, actually, the episode is just about wrapping up, or it should be wrapped up by this point in time, but the one thing, oh my god, guys, this is all about Qimir, and he has lightsaber scars on his back. Okay, listen, this is making my brain hurt a lot, okay? Now, I'm gonna have to go through and listen to a couple of reviews and get a bunch of other references a little bit more on point before we do anything further towards the end of the week in regards to a more comprehensive review, because I'd imagine there's going to be some stupid stuff coming out about the Acolyte. I mean, it's about as given as a foregone conclusion as as the sun rising in the east, setting in the west, the grass is green and the sky is blue. So yeah, I'd imagine we'll come around to a little bit more in-depth analysis on episode 6, but the only thing that I'm seeing running around right now is, yeah, you had Qimir get whipped by the light whip, and it's interesting, right? Because as far as I know, okay, and depending on what canon you want to look at, and depending on what canon Leslie Headland is just picking out of the EU at her own whim, wouldn't you think that, okay, as goofy as the old light whip is on the face of it, if it's supposed to have all the properties of a lightsaber, why would he just get a scar if he just gets hit with a whip? Wouldn't that go right through you? And at that point in time, okay, if you're going to have like an 8-foot-long lightsaber whip, why not just have an 8-foot-long lightsaber? Okay, because as far as we know, the only thing that has tangible mass to it is the lightsaber hilt. Okay, it's a laser. It's a laser sword. You can make it as long as you want. It's kind of canon destroying, but then at the same time, there was also references, and I think there was something about it in the Clone Wars about, you know, a different light whip or a lightsaber that goes all flumpy when you press the button. But no, man, this was the episode about shirtless Qimir trying to seduce not Osha. Was it Osha pretending to be May? Because May's off with Master Squid Game. It's just, oh my god, it's so dumb. It's so dumb. But not the dumbest thing in regards to commentary surrounding the Acolyte, because that right there, we still got to go back. We got to go a week back at this point in time, okay? Episode 5, the gift that keeps on giving. And while there wasn't, and as many people pointed out, the reason that it was the best of the bunch was because of the lack of dialogue and the, you know, laser sword swinging, okay? It was enough of a distraction to take you off the abysmal writing. But then again, I argued whenever they did flap their gums, they ended up missing 100% of the time, as opposed to making contact at the plate and fouling off a couple of balls. But one of the lines, uttered by Qimir, Smilo Ren without the helmet, was his upfront admission that yes, indeed, he is a Sith, okay? He is one of those canon-destroying dark side of the Force wielders that, yeah, we'll eventually figure out at a different point in time how that eventually works, and don't worry about it, it'll be fine, it's great. I found the dumbest thing to try to recontextualize this crap that is probably breaking a whole bunch of other canon that I'm not even aware of in regards to the EU or Legends, but Star Wars may have just massively retconned Sith history with one line. Well, what are we talking about here, Screen Rant? The Acolyte has finally revealed the identity of the mysterious Sith Lord. Well, they kind of did that in the second episode, but don't worry about that. But it may be retconning Sith history in the process. The Acolyte episode 5 showed a Jedi massacre at the hands of May's master, who was revealed to be Qimir. Oh my god, the action-packed episode was truly thrilling and jam-packed with amazing lightsaber duels. Yeah, I was amazed, not in the way that you'd want me to be. Compelling storytelling. No, and the tragic death of so many Jedi. Well, a bunch of them did die. Would I say that it's tragic? One of the biggest revelations came from Qimir, who revealed that the Jedi would consider him a Sith. That is the line that he presented to Master Squid Game, revealing that yes, he is indeed a dark side Force wielder. It had been speculated since before the Acolyte's release that the masked Sith would actually be revealed to not be a Sith at all, but instead be a dark side user, similar to how Kylo Ren was a dark side user, but not a Sith in Star Wars The Force Awakens. Oh great, so now, okay, it's not so much that you're out there pilfering bunch of the EU, but now you're going to try to take one of the more convoluted plot points of the sequel trilogy. This is where we're at with Disney Plus Star Wars. Fantastic stuff. So Qimir was going to be one of the original Knights of Ren. So he's Qimir Ren. He's Stranger Ren. However, Qimir's confirmation still raises some questions about his allegiances and what his ultimate goal is. So in Qimir's speech to Master Soul, in which he describes what he is, Qimir responds, "You might call me a Sith." While this isn't anything concrete, I think that's kind of a reveal that he's a Sith. I'm just saying, okay, but it's not concrete. Qimir's phrasing suggests that the term Sith doesn't come from the dark side users, but the Jedi. Okay, you see where we're going here? Seeing as many of Qimir's acts in the Acolyte episode 5 pointed out the hypocrisy in the Jedi. What? How did he do? Whatever. Of the Jedi, and how the Jedis were the ones who created the rules. Right, yeah, because he just wants to go around. He just wants to be a bad guy, and he doesn't want to be judged for his actions. God, why won't you just let me be who I am? Qimir may just be putting what he is on the field that Soul and other Jedi can understand. Right? Well, this is only a hint. This theory may have some merit, although Qimir's statement could suggest that he isn't a true Sith, like so many have theorized. Well, I mean, the writing's not that engaged or thoughtful or nuanced, so he's a Sith. Like, let's stop coping. It's possible that the term Sith is a catch-all term, and that the Jedi applied to any dark side users. Qimir may not identify with the term Sith, and they would consider himself a different part of a different order. Yeah, they're trying to recategorize Sith as being a slur that was invented by the Jedi. I can't believe we're here, okay? The Acolyte truly is the stupid gift that stupidly continues to give. And why I'm so certain that we'll be able to talk about episode 6 at a later date is because, hey guys, despite your eyes, despite being able to look at the ratings and how bad they actually are, the Acolyte is actually a gigantic success. Okay, don't believe your lying eyes. Listen and believe, you bunch of bigots. The Acolyte data suggests Star Wars series is a big hit, despite the backlash. Okay, actually, if you look at our numbers, it's a big hit, despite receiving a plethora of online backlash. Is that what it is? It's just online backlash, right? Oh, those dastardly review bombers. Yeah, I know. I have a bad opinion about professional reviewers myself, positively review bombing this nonsense. The Acolyte has been a success for the Star Wars universe. Right. According to third-party data, how the Disney Plus series has performed well in terms of viewership numbers. Yeah, it's not a record-breaking success. It's not a rousing victory. It's done well, according to people that we hired. Cool. Analytics firm Real Good. The hell is Real Good? Which monitors viewing trends across the United States streaming platforms, provided Screen Rant with an analysis of the Acolyte during the first 14 days on Disney Plus. Yeah, okay, so you would, in the first 14 days, would have had 4 episodes. Okay, per the publication, the results indicate the series is the second most successful in terms of streaming and engagement, outperforming the average top 100 TV show by a factor of 6. What in the blue hell did you just tell me? Okay, it's the second best performing show in this subcategory of another subcategory by a number. What? Okay, Obi-Wan Kenobi holds first place as it outperformed the average top 100 TV show by a factor of 8. Now listen, man. Okay, a couple of days ago when we took a look at the actual numbers that are out there, Illuminate's numbers as reported by Variety instead of this Real Good firm that Screen Rant got to take a look at the numbers of, and was their source, trust me, bro. But they had minutes streamed, right? And it was 250 some odd million, something like that, something in that neck of the woods, right? Okay, and it was only outperformed by every season of Bridgerton and a bunch of different reality shows that I've never seen before in my entire life, and none of the names rung a bell. But that's where we're at in general, and that's just the top 10. Can you imagine how much skewing, okay, the other 90 shows on that list would end up doing to those numbers? What's the average viewing totals for, TV shows? 58 and 49, okay? And cool, okay, so you're outperforming those by a multiple of 6, a factor of 6. Okay, cool. So what are we multiplying? We know that we have the 6 there, but what are we applying that to a factor of. Okay, any other numbers? No? Okay, the data provides a realistic look at the success of the Acolyte, which fell victim to review bombing. I know, it's so sad when those certified critics come in and continue to prop up, I would say, mediocrity, but that's not even the case with this one. Just absolute garbage. Okay, following its debut on June 4th, 5 installments into its run on the streamer, the series' Rotten Tomatoes critics score is still holding strong at 83%, while the audience rating is a dismal 14%. Yeah, but it's just all those bigots that just don't like strong, independent women. They're just bigots because there's black people on the screen. Just don't compare and contrast that Rotten Tomatoes average to, oh, I don't know, a little other show that's going on right now called House of the Dragon. Oh yeah, you wouldn't want to do that because heaven forbid. You'd want to do an apples to apples comparison with strong, independent women, with minorities, with non-traditional relationships in it. No, you wouldn't want to do that, because then you would end up exposing the fact that people, yeah, in general, just don't like crap. They like quality shows. But no, it's just female-led Star Wars projects always receive backlash. Right. That's why prior to this plethora of garbage, characters like Princess Leia, Mon Mothma, then even the animated counterparts like Bo-Katan, Ahsoka were all generally poorly received, right? It's just this time around on Disney and people's predilection to negatively review that content. Right, okay. Just like your justification through the ratings, just continue to try to throw a bunch of different disclaimers and asterisks as to why you're failing, instead of confronting the reality that you're just really bad at your job. So with all that said, thank you all very much for the gift of your time. I've been Don Consuelo. I want you to follow your gut and get after it. Take care, everyone.